What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode here at Pagel Services. You read it right, guys. We are getting evicted. Happening right now. We're moving, but today's a jolly day, so I'm putting in a Jolly Rancher again. Since that didn't work last time, we'll try it again. Let's go look at this new piece of property we're working on. If you guys stick around to the end of the video, I will explain to you the entire story on how we got evicted and all the drama and all the BS. But let's go look at the new property. I got Sean and Holly out there working right now, trying to get it ready so we can get some shit done. Let's go. Ready. Trapped there. Sydney's big truck today. Usually I can always weasel out of here. Maybe we could just wait for the Amazon guy to leave. What fun would that be, right? Yeah, I knew we could weasel out of there. We got her, let's go. Alright, so we are just getting out here to the new piece of land we're going to be using. A friend of mine owns this, and he's giving us a pretty good deal. He doesn't really use it, so we're going to make it work. Not the most perfect land to do this on because it's not level. But our last site wasn't level either. Big thing is it's all open and the sun can get to the dirt and the wind can get to the dirt and try to keep it like dried out, which is important. So we'll get out here and check it out. Also, the other good thing is this is not very far from the shop. So we're probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 miles from the shop. Pretty easy access, and this road doesn't have a lot of traffic. Should be pretty easy. It's a big ditch here to get into the property, so we're going to throw a culvert in and we're going to make a driveway in there. I'm not sure how much of the rock road I want to make in there, but it's probably something that will happen. We'll just make a rock road that we can drive in there even if it is raining. I got Sean out here with the brush hog, basically chopping it all down just so I can see what is here, because I really can't tell what is all going on here. Yeah, pretty exciting. I know it's not nothing cool and awesome on the video, but it'll be nice to have kind of our own space. You know, the last space we kind of had to share, and it was pretty tight getting in and out of, and kind of a cluster. And I did the math on Google Earth, and this is about 2 to 3 times the area, probably 3 or 4 times the area of what we had out there. So yeah, I would say trim like from that post, all this shit, maybe to that first post that's standing up, just so I can kind of see what's in here. And then I'm gonna get a culvert in here and we'll throw a load of rock on top.
Is it too early for Derek's dumb question of the day?
Derek's dumb question of the day, it's pretty early, but go ahead.
I noticed there was a Mountain Dew bottle strapped to that.
Yeah, so it's not a pee bottle, that's fuel.
Oh,
it's extra fuel. Oh. So Sean and Aiden were doing we mow and trim a giant bike trail now, and you got to take extra fuel for the trimmer. Yeah, I was trying to kind of map this out in my head last night. You know, like I said, this isn't the perfect piece of property, but we're gonna make it work. I'm kind of contemplating bringing a bulldozer in here and leveling some of this out to give us a little better work area. But I'd like to kind of dig into it with a skid loader. If it's dirt, I could probably do it with a skid loader. It'd be a lot easier with a bulldozer. I don't know. Still don't have for sure answers here, but the dirt will be able to dry out really good right here.
This was all covered?
Yeah. Yeah, he's only been out here an hour and a half. Basically, if you guys are familiar with our last spot, we need a place to keep a stockpile of dirt, 20 to 40 loads. We need a place for the screener conveyor, and then obviously a place for the screen dirt. Plenty of space here. It's just it's not level. That's a job that I hate. I hate sitting in there going super slow, brush hogging. So fucking boring. Plenty of room, Derek. I know you're wondering. I know you're gonna ask. Yeah, plenty of room. Well, this down here is pretty level. It's not bad. That up there's a fucking... So Sean's gonna finish mowing all this. I gotta plan this out where everything's gonna go, so. The other thing I'm thinking is we should probably have a little, maybe we'll keep those trees there. It'd be nice to have a little storage area out here for like the Trailblazer that's dead, the giant snowman, 205, that truck. But I don't want everybody to have to see him either, so kind of have a little junk area extra shit. Since we're tight on space, it's a shop, so we'll see.
Hey, Holly.
Hey, Derek.
How's it going?
All right. It's hot out here, but I don't want to be itching all over. Of course, Derek.
That's my fault.
Yeah, you're watching.
So yeah, not the best situation here, but we're making it the best. So it's gonna cost me probably $2,000 to $3,000 to get everything moved out here. And after yesterday's escapade, probably another $1,500 because I f***ed up yesterday, wrecked my truck. So Holly and I were moving that conveyor, and it's just a pin hitch. And we couldn't find the pin, so we ran back to the shop, and we found a pin, but I'm almost wondering if it didn't have enough of an angle on the top. It must have fell through. So we were going like 20 miles an hour, and I'm assuming the pin fell out, and we heard it bang on the ground and looked behind us, and it was sliding down the road, so I had to stop it with the old Chevy Silverado here. And now we need a new rear bumper. So never happened before. I should have looked at it. I had Holly hook it up. She just threw it in there. Not blaming her, but clearly the wrong style pin. So extra $1,500 right there. Come on. Every day is such a good day. Every day is a good day.
Jolly good.
It's a jolly day. We should go get another bag of Jolly Ranchers. Let's go. No, so the cemetery is on your right hand side. It should be on your left hand side. Well, if you see the Pagel trucks, did you turn on Switzer? Okay. Yep, you'll see them. Okay. Bye. Oh, I don't understand. I specifically told him the road to turn on and the road to turn on, 2 turns, and he's like, well, I didn't go the way you told me. Okay, well that's why you're lost, Bob. That's why you're not where I thought I was telling you to go. Like, you're gonna see Pagel trucks and a skid loader. Like, if you don't see that, you're not there. It's not a very big long road, so whatever. Oh, just got out of the Tuesday office meetings. Once a week, our office crew all gets together down in the conference room, and we all have a bunch of ideas and questions and concerns and issues, and somebody has already...
Holly Aspenson.
Hello.
Yeah.
Are you guys able to get that clamp together?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Alright, I'm just about there.
Okay.
Okay.
Bob wouldn't back up to it, so he dumped it in the middle of the road.
Yeah, okay. Alright.
Oh, yeah.
Bye. So our podcast was officially released yesterday, and it is the next day, and someone has already stole our content and made their own YouTube channel called Pagel Uncensored, and making it free. So somebody's really fucking with us right now, and I don't like it. So we made sure to report that page and shut them down. So I know some of you guys out there are a little upset that we're charging money for our podcast. But you have to understand the time and effort and energy and all this stuff that it takes to put this together. It's a lot of work, and to be frank with you guys, our YouTube channel right now is basically breaking even financially. So we are not making very much money on YouTube. So the podcast, we're excited about it. We're putting a lot of time and effort into it, obviously, and it's $10 a month. So all you do is go to the YouTube page, click join. If you use an Apple phone, I think you have to use your computer. But click join. For $5 a month, you get to use our emojis. For $10 a month, you get to use the emojis, and you get to watch 4 podcasts a month. There'll be one every Monday. And then you also get all of our blooper reels. So we used to put our bloopers at the end of all the videos, guys. Now you got to be a member to see that. So I understand some of you are upset about that, but you got to understand this is a business, guys, and we have to treat it that way. So it's just the way it is. That's the other good thing, is if you watch this, you're not going to have to watch a bunch of ads. So when we're filming this stuff, guys, like the dump trailer, when we filled it full of water, we have all that footage. That's going to be part of the blooper reel. Filling it with popcorn, part of the blooper reel. So there is really good content in there, guys. And I think for $10 a month, I mean, come on. We all have subscriptions, stuff like that. I mean, $10 a month, that's a really fair price, I think, for the amount of stuff that we're getting in these videos. And the podcast is very informative, blue collar, everyday workers, guys. Check it out. Make sure to be a member. Make sure to subscribe. We appreciate all you guys. Let's go see how Holly and Sean are doing. So I had Holly go get a culvert. Bob brings some gravel. We're getting a driveway and we ain't fucking around. It's gotta be done. Once again, we're spending money. So the other issue is I need a bulldozer. Everybody's bulldozers are pretty busy right now, so I need one like today or tomorrow. So a guy I used to work for, it's about 2 miles that way. The only thing he's got is a D8. Pretty big. It's a pretty big chunk of iron for this little hoorah here. So D8's not really designed for this, but if that's all we can get, we'll probably make it work. Be better than a skid loader. So I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but I'm not too excited about Bob just dumping this in the middle of the road. Yeah, we gotta clean up the road.
Hey, Sean, wave for the people. Hey, yep. Comes Bobo. Got his hazards on, just in case.
The way he drives, he probably has them on all the time.
First time driving, come on. Yeah, I can spread some rock out. It's not very often I get to drive my skid loader.
What's up?
To a deer?
Yeah.
What is a deer doing out in broad daylight?
Fucking I know. They look young.
So here comes that Holly from Pagel Services.
Yeah, she's about to leave a stop sign. I'm gonna jump out in front of her.
How
I
close were
almost
you?
hit one this morning too.
How close were you, honestly? Like feet away?
Probably to the pile. This morning, I almost hit one too, but that one wasn't as close. Kind of sketchy.
Yeah?
There's like drop off farther, so.
What do you think, Derek?
It's pretty good to me.
You don't have a fucking clue what's going on. A little bit of a ramp, but whatever. It'll be alright. Yeah, looking back now, I probably should have got like a 12-inch culvert. But too late now. It'll work.
Might as well dig it back up, right?
Yeah, we just dig it back up.
Shouldn't be too hard.
We'll get a 12-inch. Put that in there. Yeah, why don't you guys move the tires and the tarps? Because I'm going to bring a dozer out here, but I really won't mess with around that tree. So that's why I'm thinking we can kind of line everything along there.
The tree on the fence here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So just put them right there next to the fence and then... Yep. Da-da-da. I can call her a day. Easy. Easy cheesy done. First one to try it out. Sunk. Goddamn superhighway through here. Yeah, not the levelest of places, but the bulldozer, we can make it level. Alright guys, had a lot of loyal fans in the comments. You guys were giving me all kinds of tips. Well, not really all kinds of tips and tricks. You were all just telling me to go hire someone to deliver water. And that's really not an option around here. Nobody does that. But it is a service I've always wanted to get into. Anyways, after a week, I finally got the pool clean. And that was with my homemade filter. It's so clean we got to cover it now. Look at that. Look at that water. Look at that. Crystal clear. Beautiful. Just beautiful, guys. So I appreciate you guys commenting, trying to help. I just had to get all the iron out of it, and there's really no chemical to get the iron out. I had to filter it all through a 5-gallon bucket with a bunch of stuffing in there and like my homemade filter. So, but then I did upgrade to a big filter, sand filter. So this thing pumps basically 2,500 gallons an hour, so damn near the whole pool every hour. She's perfect now. I've been out here a couple times and the kids love it. So but yeah, just want to tell you guys thanks, and we got crystal clear, perfect water.
The next day.
Just don't understand. It's like, how many times have I said airbags have to be up when we're off-road with truck? Just fucking flew out of here with them down. You got to remind him. You know, he's only, what, 65 years old? I gotta probably have a big fucking sign on the dash that says, air up airbags before we leave. Oh, anyways, we're getting a lot done here. Everything's great today so far. I ended up bringing the D8 out here. Like I said before, it was a little big, but not really for finish work, but between that and the track machine, we got her looking pretty good here, so we can go take a look at her here. So the D8 was literally 1.5 miles, 2 miles down the road from a guy I used to work for. Worked out pretty good. First thing I did was make my road. I kind of made a plan on where the road was going to be, and then I just made a flat area to work in right here. So I just pushed a bunch of dirt up and leveled out a pad right there. So pretty straightforward, but I want to put rock in here because if it rains, then you can't come in here for like 3-4 days. So if we put rock in here, I mean, you can essentially come in here while it's raining. Not that you would need to come in and get dirt, but it just always turns to a clusterfuck when there's no actual road through there. So I said, fuck it, we're gonna spend the extra money and just do it right the first time. Spending a little bit of money on rock today, but it shouldn't be a big deal. Probably 8 loads of rock. We'll have this entire circle drive done so Bob can come in and out of here with his airbags down and rip the airbags in half. Just so we're aware, the airbags, when the switch is undeflated, there's a buzzer and a red light on the dash that says beep, 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 like a warning, so that you don't drive with airbags down. I'm just gonna spread another load of rock here, and then I'm gonna move that conveyor down there and get that out of the fucking way and keep at her here. See if Bob's gonna lift his pusher axles up. Hey! Your pusher axles are down. No idea. Well, I got one section here. I'm just gonna peel this sod off. I could do it with the track machine, but it's a lot easier with that fucking monster, so I'm just gonna finish stripping this sod off, and then I'll clean it up with the track machine. Big old Caterpillar. here. Enough. Now, there's going to be some guy in the comments that tells me I don't know how to run a dozer. One, this thing is way too fucking big for this. Like a little 4 or a little 6 would be great with a 6-way blade. This thing is not really made for this, but we made it work and it was close by. And 2, I don't run dozer all the time, so yeah, I'm not perfect on it, but we're getting her done. And I didn't have to hire anybody, and I can do it the same day and be done with it. Yeah, and just to give you an idea on how much I run equipment anymore, when this was delivered yesterday, I took off with it and the ripper was down. So, it was down in the ground, you know, because I'm a fucking idiot. Then you turn around and you're like, oh shit. So, luckily no internet cables out here. But, yeah, I don't know. Some days I miss running equipment like this, but I get to work. It doesn't look like an amazing, beautiful done project, but it's pretty damn close. Getting her done. Now his tailgate's not open. So that's every trip he's made here, I have to tell him something. Every trip. Tailgate's not open. Everybody says I'm a fucking asshole in the videos. You know, and then I got to tell you to air up, and then I got to tell you to raise your pushers, and I got to tell you you're probably going to want to open your tailgate. Alright guys, so a little story time on how we got evicted from our dirt site here. So I've been using this for the last few years. A buddy of mine was kind of letting me come out here and use it as he rents this land. There's a cornfield that we kind of have to use to back dump trucks in here, and I was always told, you know, if you run over a few corn stalks, not a big deal, just don't drive way out in the corn and be an asshole, right? So for the last couple years, we've been running over corn stalks, and I know some of you probably think we're assholes, but you got to remember, someone told us we can, if we're not running a bunch over, you know, we're running over 20 of them. So whatever, we've been doing that the last couple years. And then this year, right away in the spring, the farmer that actually put in the corn, I didn't know who this was. He got a hold of me and he was pretty upset about us going in his corn. So rightfully so, it's his corn, he planted it. He can be upset. And I kind of explained to him what was going on, and I don't think he really believed me. He came down when the corn was like this far out of the ground and seen us doing it. He got upset, called me, and said don't be driving in the corn. So I was like, okay, understood, but just know that like I didn't know this was your corn. I kind of feel like he thought like I knew it was his, and I was like saying, haha, I'm running over your corn. Not really that kind of a deal. So I explained that to him, and then I just asked him, I said, hey, can we buy a 20 or a 30 foot square out of that corn to back our dump trucks in? We'll buy a 30 foot square, we'll fence it off and be done with it, sorry about it. And he was not having that. He did not like that idea, which I would have paid him whatever he wanted. It's not like I wanted the exact dollar for the corn. I would have gave him whatever he wanted because it's convenience for us. So he didn't like that idea. This guy obviously does not like me. He's got a problem with me, so whatever. So the next weekend I came out and I put a bunch of blue stakes next to the corn, put a nice string line there. So nobody's driving in the corn anymore. None of my employees, none of the dump trucks that come out here, blah, blah, blah. No more issues, right? Well, then in my video, I said, I guess I'll have to go back and see my exact words, but I said, the farmer doesn't like me, he's a big wheel, and he's not gonna help me out with a little 30 foot square. That's what I said in my video. Well, the farmer saw that video, and man, he's upset now. So he went to the landlord that owns all this property and just said, I'm causing a bunch of drama and probably that he wants me out of here. So the landowner came up to me and just said, hey, I gotta kick you out of here. He's mad because you called him a big wheel on YouTube and he saw it. So I thought that was pretty funny. I have no problem with the landowner. He's just in the middle of this debacle between me and the farmer. And I really have no problem with the farmer either. But either way, as soon as I found that out, I made a couple calls. Within 10 minutes, I had another place to go. So obviously it's going to cost me a couple grand and a little bit of a clusterfuck to move everything right now. But it'll be a nicer site out there. Things happen for a reason. And, it is what it is. I'll have a little more freedom out there and not such a tight enclosed area here. So we got to move all this dirt out there, which a lot of it we're going to actually haul to job sites. That way we're not moving it twice. You guys saw today, we're setting up the new site out there. So just making people mad here on YouTube. That's what I do all day, every day. So that's the entire story. I'm not keeping anything from you guys. I really don't know this farmer. There's nothing more to the story. I don't understand. I'm trying to look at it from his point of view, as in, haha, I'm running over your corn. I really didn't know it was his corn. I told him that. I explained it. I was very trying to tell him exactly. So